Well, hello everybody, it's me again, Ultraforge. Today I'm going to be responding to some things that Wolfee said and asked of me. First thing, Wolfee, you said that on your video that you didn't say that YIF was not part of the fandom, but that sex wasn't part of the fandom. Well, let's see, you're kind of splitting hairs, I think. You're kind of arguing semantics here, really. But I'll go ahead and run with that. Let's change it. Okay, sex is definitely part of your fandom. It's a huge part of your fandom. Now, what form does sex take in your fandom? Does it take, really hot human females? No. Sex takes the form of YIF in your fandom. Plus a bunch of other weird fetishes that you guys are willing to absorb. But, yeah, YIF in and of itself is a form of deviant sexuality. It's an expression of deviant desires. Normal people do not want to stick a fox head on a human body. And that is because lusting after something with a fox head is akin to zoophilia. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. I mean, that's just the way it looks, and that is probably the way it is. This cognitive dissonance that YIF and zoophilia are completely separate, it always amazes me. No thinking person is going to buy that. And secondly, you talked about Rule 34. There is porn of it. Yes, I know what Rule 34 is. And there is a lot of porn, but first of all, there is a lot more furry porn than there is of any other category of porn. Secondly, you guys treat your Rule 34 different than other people treat their Rule 34. Most people treat their Rule 34 as a parody, a sick joke for laughs. It's a dirty joke. Now, I saw some porn of Kim Possible that another user posted a link to, and it was sick and disgusting, just like furry porn. But it was funny. It was funny, and another thing about it is that you guys treat, well, here's an example. Whenever somebody posts Rule 34, a lot of people say, dude, that's fucked up, and maybe some guy will talk about how he faps to it as a joke, and everybody will just have a big laugh. They'll be like, you sick fuck, that's disgusting, whenever mundanes react that way to your furry porn, you don't react the same way. You get all defensive. The creators of most Rule 34, they know it's for laughs, they want it to be for laughs, they want to have a laugh along with everybody else. When people laugh at your furry porn and say, oh, that's sick and disgusting, you guys get so defensive. How dare you judge us? That's one of the common furry battle cries, how dare you judge us? Which I'm going to make a video one of these days about judgmentalism and how, the whole furry arguments against judgmentalism are a bunch of crap. But, yeah, you treat your Rule 34 different than everybody else treats theirs. You bitch and moan about it. You treat it like it's sacred. That's why, one of the reasons people don't like the fandom. You have this holier-than-thou attitude about your Rule 34. It's sick and disgusting, just like all the other Rule 34. I'm sorry to tell you that. And final point that you brought up, well, not the final point. You talked about how bringing up beast form was a low blow. No, it wasn't. You can't do a low blow over the internet. A low blow was when those kids went to the cemetery that your family uses and they smashed a bunch of tombstones. That was a low blow. When they defaced your dead granny storage unit. That was a low blow. And the idea that it's an argument of last resort on the part of us trolls, no, it's not. I mean, the whole topic of my most recent video was about your falsehoods. And this is one of your falsehoods. You say it's getting old. No, it isn't. If it was getting old, you would have just ignored it. But thanks for saying it's getting old instead of, lying to me again and saying, well, that the beast form account, you weren't lying to other furries about it the whole time. Thanks for not really disputing it. And last thing that you brought up, you asked me about what if my kid became a furry, and I found that amusing. First of all, Wolfie, are you trying to troll the trolls? You know, you silly bastard. That just plays into our hands. But I'll answer that. Now, I don't hate all furries. I don't even hate the idea of anthropomorphic animals. I said that a long time ago. I've never retracted that. I said that before I even became a troll. You know, so the mere fact of somebody being part of the furry fandom, my kid, that wouldn't bother me. You know, just as long as they didn't become a free speech hating drama whore like most furries, then it'd be okay. You know, it's just like not every last metalhead is a doper. Not every last punk rocker carries a switchblade. But thing is, I doubt that would happen. I doubt my kid would become a furry. In fact, my kid is more likely to become an internet troll because, let's face it, the apple usually doesn't fall far from the tree. But even if my kid did become a furry, I could also be secure in the fact that since you furries hate free speech, since the fact that you guys are huge drama whores to each other even when trolls aren't around, I mean, come on, I know what goes on Fur Affinity. I know how horrible you guys are to each other there without us trolls. I know that you guys would eventually cause him to either leave or become one of those furry trolls. One of the trolls that trolls other furries, basically. You know, I can see it. One day, your paranoia drives people to do this. I mean, it gives them a really good excuse. Because I know what had happened. One day, my kid would be on some furry website, and he would say, trolls have no lives, and my kid would probably post something like, that's not true. My dad was an internet troll, and he had a life. And all you furries would be like, oh my god, you're the offspring of a troll! You know, you guys would really absolutely freak out at that. And if my kid ever complained about YIF and said, you know, maybe this isn't really such a good thing for the fandom, then you'd freak out about that too. You guys hate debate, you hate free speech. This is what causes your fandom to shrink and the ranks of the trolls to grow. You know, just ask Voltage Control. But anyway, that's all I have to say, and anybody that doesn't like it, fuck you, live with it, or die from it.